So here we are on this beautiful Monday. Wow, Mindful Monday, and diving into this place of bringing this conscious shift to our awareness. What does it mean to shift our consciousness and shift to these higher grounds? And we've been exploring this space of being able to bring loving awareness to exactly what is. And so today, these meditations come as, I want to say, channeled responses, maybe even, or they're not really planned out. I kind of drop in and listen to what is the pulse going on in our community, what's up for us. And I kept hearing this chitty chatty about, higher consciousness, and that it seems to be this space of hierarchy and this almost separation of, oh, I'm woke. I'm woke, they're not, and this is yet another divide. And this, my friends, is not higher consciousness. And so I thought I would take this opportunity in our Mindful Monday to just drop into that space and kind of explore for ourselves what it means to make the shift from this old paradigm or these old ways of thinking and move into that hyperspace of higher consciousness with whatever it is that is coming up for us. And so, just like every other Monday, we'll just kind of drop in right now into a settling meditation and then go into this deeper vortex that is known as higher consciousness, and see if maybe we can't do some exploration there. And so we'll just take this time to just really connect with your heart. And taking a nice deep breath in and exhaling and softening into your heart space. And perhaps thanking your heart in this moment. Thanking your heart for beating, for pumping blood through this magnificent thing we call the human body, this meat suit. And even thanking yourself for showing up today, for showing up in awareness, all the things that have happened in your day to day. Thanking yourself for moving through them with grace and ease. And for having the courage to even show up to meditation today. It does take courage. It takes courage to sit with ourselves and explore the depth of who we really are without the layers, the stories. And so just honoring yourself for having this willingness to be here right now in this meditation. And we bring this awareness to the top of our head, to that crown chakra, and bringing that awareness, we also want to move with consciousness our access point up to the top of your head. And just if that's something that's new to you, your access point is the space in which you access information, this great mystery, outside of your own energy body. So if you're not sure where that is, you can just set an intention that, yes, I'm sweeping my access point up so that I am in alignment now with the crown chakra. And if you've been activated in this higher dimension and you have your stellar chakra activated, go ahead and with breath and intention, this chakra is about 18 inches above your head. It's that golden chalice of receptivity. So you can just, with that breath and intention, go ahead and give it a spin, counterclockwise, activate it, awaken it. And moving into that soul chakra. That soul chakra, that's about 6 inches above your head. Go ahead and get that a spin with breath and intention, spinning that clockwise. Good, and bringing that awareness to that beautiful moon chakra. That's your halo. That's connecting you to the angelic forces, the ascended masters. So just connecting with your beautiful halo, and with that breath and intention, go ahead and give that a spin. Welcome, Mary. And then with breath and intention, we're just going to open up that crown chakra. Picturing that, 1,000-point lotus flower blossoming right there with your breath and intention at the top of your head. Connecting you with the divine. Connecting you with source. With that eternal Tao, with that great mystery of life, the infinite wisdom. We take this time to begin to soften and soften and soften. So breathing into the top of your head and exhaling any tension that you may have to be accumulated between last week and this moment. Just exhaling it all out and softening the areas in the temples, softening the eyes. And softening that area in the jaw, breathing into it. And as you exhale, just releasing. We carry so much tension and energy in our jaw, clenching our way through the day sometimes. And allowing your jaw to maybe even open just a little tiny bit there, just that slack jaw to come in. And bringing that little half smile to your beautiful lips. This is what's known as that smile of Kuan Yin, or that smile of the Buddha, where we know that we are doing the internal smile, the smile to our insides. Bringing awareness to that throat, to your neck, and just, oh yes, releasing all the tension that's happening in the neck. Breathing into it, exhaling that softness, and noticing the spaciousness that becomes available. Opening, and surrendering. all that you hold in your neck and shoulders, carrying the burdens of the world, letting them slide away today. And dropping the shoulders just a little more, breathing into the shoulders and softening and softening. And allowing that awareness to enter into your chest. And breathing into your chest and exhaling those tensions. Feeling your lungs, thanking your lungs. Each breath in, inviting spirit as you breathe in. This breath is the ultimate connection. Breathing in the divine. Noticing your arms just letting loose. Your hands, your fingers. And bringing that awareness into your beautiful Buddha belly. And softening. Softening and softening the belly. We like to store our old stories, oftentimes right there in the belly, in that digestive system. And so it's a great time to soften into this moment, knowing that you're not your stories. Giving yourself this room to breathe, this room to be right here in this moment. Thanking your belly. And bringing that awareness to the pelvic bowl. And just noticing the area at your sacrum, at your lower back. And with breath and intention, see if you can soften that area just a little more. And breathe deeply into that pelvic bowl and allow the spaciousness around your hips to just be. Noticing your legs. When we notice our legs, we may notice even a difference between the two legs. Is one always in the lead? Do you lead with that right masculine? Or are you leading with that soft feminine? And just releasing any tensions in the knees. Allowing the knees to soften. It's such a complex joint. And it carries so much, not just our weight, but the energy coming into the lower half of the legs and the feet, the ankles. Just breathing in and being aware of your physical body. And noticing how we drop into this settling meditation. Noticing if you feel a little bit more connected. Home. Home in your body. And that this is a safe place to be right here, right now. In your body. And in the safety of this beautiful moment, if you'd like to dedicate your practice to a special person or a place or a river or a mountain, now would be a great time to set that intention. We dedicate this practice knowing that we are here for the highest good of ourselves and the highest good for humanity, our family, our friends, our community. And that we are here for the highest good, for the Pachamama as well. And so as we come to this state of relaxed, open, and fully present, we're aware of this thing we call consciousness right here. The state of being aware of and responsive to our surroundings. We are fully present and awake. And so we know that this involves invoking and cultivating these states of mind, these qualities of the mind, through intentional and specific mindset shifts. We cultivate it. We become aware of the quality of our mind with intention. Intention to have a higher consciousness mindset. So this means that we have to become intentional in our life. And we have to begin with an intention to actually be fully awake, fully aware in our lives. We have to begin with the consciousness that we even have to set an intention to do this. And this begins to enable us to begin to think differently. And thus act differently by making conscious choices. In this pinnacle moment, to make intelligent choices to be in right relationship, to choose an action that serves the highest good for you, for the collective, and for the good of the earth. So we evoke deep change by shifting consciousness. We know the old saying, where the attention goes, the energy flows. And so if we start out with the mindset, with the intention that we are going to be awake, fully conscious in every moment, this is a great start. And here we are in a state of peace. We have to retrain the mind. The Dalai Lama says that knowledge can be communicated, but wisdom, not so much. We can find wisdom, we can find and live with it and do wonders with this wisdom, but we cannot communicate it and teach it. Because what we understand is that wisdom comes from our experience, the full embodied experience. And when we have fully engaged in our life, when we're fully present, we are in fact engaging in the wisdom of the universe. And it's here in this moment, fully connected to that wisdom, having this body experience, that we can begin to shift our consciousness. I opened this meditation saying thank you for the courage to come to this space, to be willing to shift consciousness, because in fact, it does take courage. I think most of us might prefer to be distracted, prefer to be extracted by that external stimuli, the conversations, the radio, the television, the news. Sometimes I think we're so desperate to not be left alone with our mind, with this moment of what we may uncover, those things that we have shoved down, that we tend to avoid the present moment. So we turn to our constant electronic companions, checking for incoming messages and thinking and thinking and thinking. And is this our real connection? We want to come to our meditation practice so that we can practice this awakened state. We practice being present. We want to practice being present so that we can actually be aware and awake to this great wisdom that's available in every moment. The more we practice, the more this becomes a way of life. And we catch ourselves, oh my gosh, I got caught up in my story again. Great. Welcome yourself back home again. Every time the mind starts to wander, whether it's in your meditation practice or your daily life, we gently come back to this awareness of this great mystery that's right here in front of us and available in every moment. Becomes that way of life, and we have the opportunity to reshape the impact that the external events actually have on our brain, on our psyche, on our energy. And so even in our deepest pain, we can see the impact of this practice that it has on this prefrontal region of the brain that'll reach way down into the thalamus and reduce the flood of incoming information from the peripherals, leading to a lessening of our suffering, of our pain. Just by being with it in the moment. Just by being with whatever it is in this moment and making a conscious choice. So we come to live with the intention to be present, to be awake. And in this awareness, we bring consciousness to our choices. Here in our choices, we find the challenging awareness of this relentless ego. Those parts of ourself that make choices from the old stories of pain. Those old stories of unworthiness. Or those stories where we identify even as the self. Here in this awakened state, we know we're not the stories. We know that we are not the pain and we are not the trauma. Here we know we're not even the thinker that thinks those thoughts. We become consciousness itself. Expanding. We become consciousness itself. This is the moment where we can choose. We can choose to engage in the battle of the mind, or we can choose to know that we are part of this great wisdom, the higher consciousness that actually can see through a new lens. Pema Chodron says that it's here that we can stop identifying with our weakness and begin to shift our allegiance to our basic goodness. Thich Nhat Hanh would say, this is when we come home. We come home to consciousness itself. Here, there's no judgments. It just is. We accept what is happening in this moment, and from there, we make the conscious choice. Is this for my highest good? Excellent, then we'll stay. Or perhaps you become in a situation where it's not for your highest good. And without judgment, we make an action choice to do something different. No judgment of good or bad, just is what it is. Tapping in and knowing that you are connected to this great wisdom, this higher consciousness. You can actively shift your consciousness about any story, knowing that you are not your story. And so bringing your awareness to something that may be bubbling up for you at this time. Looking through an old story lens, an old filter. Just allow that. And we'll do a little practice with it in shifting your consciousness about this story. Knowing that you're not that story. Knowing that you are connected to joy. Right here, now, in this moment, joy is available. And knowing that you are connected to love. And right here, in this moment, you can feel that. Sense that. And breathe that in. Breathe that joy in. Breathe that love in. Exhaling into your body, into your cells. Yes, you are not your pain. You are not your trauma. You are not those stories. You are here, present, part of this great mystery that is conspiring right here and now to support you, to love you, to say yes with you. Yes, yes, yes. Breathe that in. Yes, exhaling it all into the body. Each in-breath brings you into that alignment of your greatness. Each exhale anchors it into your body. Each inhale brings you to that allegiance with your basic goodness, your authentic, most valuable self. And each exhale brings it right into every cell of your body. Knowing that this fifth dimension, this higher consciousness of the fifth dimension and beyond, are these frequencies that come with love, bliss, joy, and gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And as our mind begins to drift on off and we're thinking about whatever, those little thoughts that ping around in our head, well, we just come right back here in this awareness, the awareness of what is. The awareness of your breath, breathing in joy. The awareness of your intention to shift your consciousness. Receiving this moment with gratitude. Knowing that this great mystery is here supporting us. And noticing how that situation that was bubbling up a little earlier, just noticing how it feels. How does it feel in your physical body, in your energy body, in your spiritual body? How does this feel now? Looking at it all through the eyes of love. Feeling it with that sense of higher consciousness. Can we see it with a sense of gratitude? Sometimes it's hard to see pain and suffering through the eyes of gratitude. But in this moment, right here, right now, this pain, this suffering has brought you right here in this pinnacle moment to shift it. To shift it with that loving awareness. Shifting into higher consciousness means that our stories no longer own us. So whatever is happening on the outside world now becomes a reflection of your inside world. Joyful, loving, and here in this infinite wisdom, in this shift in consciousness, we become the creators of our lives. We shift our consciousness and begin to resonate at a higher frequency. We can shift our consciousness into the state of compassion and love and become that frequency. Measurable frequency. Here we create this measurable frequency that ripples out and resonates in our family, in our communities. And it becomes exponential. Thinking about the strings on an instrument when played on one side of the room, how the instruments, string instruments in the room also begin to vibrate. This is called resonance. Our frequency is much the same right now. I'm feeling that sense of peace in your heart. Happy, content, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be right now. And imagining your family in harmony, in honesty, and in the willingness to share from their vulnerable space. Feeling that in your heart as if it already is. Harmony, honesty, and in the willingness to share from that vulnerable space, that tenderness. Can you feel that in your heart? Can you bring love to all of those beautiful people in your family? And imagine walking into the store. Let's go into the grocery store. See yourself in the grocery store and no one is rushing around you. No one in a frenzy trying to get that to-do list done. Slow and smiling and peaceful. And the checkout person is taking their time. And the people in mind don't mind waiting. They're just chill. Looking around, talking with each other, no rush. Fully present. Fully present and in the highest conscious state of love. Of generosity. And feel that in your heart. And imagine peace on the roads. Where people don't lean on their horns. Where people give way. Where they're kind to one another and instead of flipping each other off, they blow kisses to one another. And feel that in your heart. This grace and ease. It's rippling out all around you. In this shifting of consciousness tonight, there is no ego that craves to express itself. There is only consciousness itself. Always coming back to this present moment. Always coming back to what that conscious intention of being present in our lives really feels like. This wisdom that the Dalai Lama spoke about is right here. The felt sense of the experience. Experiencing this vastness of who we can be and who we truly are. In every single moment. Having the courage to align yourself right back here in this moment, and this moment, and this moment. Having the courage to feel what is being felt in this moment, and the courage to shift our consciousness with great intention to these higher frequencies. Loving what is, making conscious choices, conscious actions that serve our highest good, that serve the highest good for humanity, and of course, the highest good for our loving, dear, yummy Pachamama. There is no ego that craves the story, that craves anything exterior. It's only consciousness. It's only this awareness of our intention to be in this place of gratitude. To be in this place of love. Breathing in, we are divine love. Exhaling it into every cell of the body. Breathing in, we are gratitude. Exhaling it into every cell of your body. Breathing in, we are love and joy, and we surrender. Deeply surrender all of those blocks, all of those stories. We surrender the pain, the trauma. It is not present in this moment. Peace in your heart. Happy and content knowing you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Right here in this moment. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhaling. Feeling your body, thanking your body. Feeling this moment, thanking this moment. And thanking each one of you for being brave, for being willing to be with whatever it is that shows up and being willing to shift it into higher consciousness. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful that you're here on our Mindful Monday. And I hope that in some way this has started your week out on a higher ground in a new mindset, and that it helps you to move through your week with grace and with ease, knowing that we are supported, knowing that we are connected to this infinite wisdom, and knowing that at any moment, we can turn the dial to anything that arises just by coming home, just by coming back to your heart. And with that intention, shifting the mindset, go into higher grounds, finding the love, finding the gratitude. So I'll leave you with this. You are courageous. You are an infinite beam of love here on this planet in this meat suit to experience joy. You are worthy. You are whole. You are healed. You are sovereign beings of light. So much love to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Aho.